Scott, we have an interesting topic today. I'm talking about a game that I've followed and really had high hopes for. We're talking about Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. Sumo Castle just had a Q&A go up, and it was live, and I was questioning the future of this game, and I'm definitely interested in your thoughts, and I'm going to give you the rundown of what's going on. We're now getting into Season 3. Season 2 is coming to an end, I believe, shortly. Here's the thing. A lot of us jumped in right away, and then a lot of us bailed due to the lack of content. And I want to talk about, what they could have done to turn this around, and will they turn this around in the long run? Will we continue to see Hood, Outlaws, and Legends survive, or will it disappear, kind of like Battlefield 2042?
Yeah, that one's still kicking, so there is hope yet.
Absolutely, right? And it kind of has one of those things. So when this game launched, a lot of us were into it, and we're having a great time. A lot of good things came around. It has this unique experience. It's 4 versus 4. You all have to go run to the chest, grab this chest, bring it to a wench, and then hoist it over the wall. And the winner, it gets the most amount of gold to be able to do that, right? Dude, that's a cool premise. This brought me back to the days of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the multiplayer side of things, right? When we got that first edition of the multiplayer in the world of Assassin's Creed, and I was really, really pumped and excited for it to see where that would go. Now, rest in peace, Assassin's Creed multiplayer. Weird.
Yeah, that's just over with, I guess.
Yeah, that one is done, right? So here's the thing. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends launched with a few maps, which I thought were fantastic. I think the maps don't need any adjustment whatsoever. We're actually, I think, at a good spot now with Sumo Castle that they don't even need to introduce another map. What they do need to bring to the table, though, when they launched, we had 4 Outlaws to work with. That was it. 4. Yeah, just 4.
And they're all different classes too, right? So it's not just different colors swaps of each other. That would be really way worse. But you don't have 2 different archers to choose from? There's only one?
No, you have Robin, and that's it. Or you got Little John, right? There's just, they have merry men of Robin Hood. That was the whole premise behind this game, is you were out there as Robin Hood, right? And kind of robbing from the rich and giving back to the poor. Dude, what a concept to bring that into a video game. Here's the problem. It launched with 4 Outlaws. That's it, dude. We've got into Season 1, right? 4 Outlaws. So you get XP, and then you grind to get different colors of your outfits. There wasn't that hook to pull you in, right? The gameplay was fun. The gameplay is awesome, but there wasn't enough. Okay, what's my goal here to achieve to make me want to keep coming back? What's that grind gonna happen for? And you can get different colors of your gear. That was it. And then
is that the only customization that's offered? Just color swap?
Pretty much. And that was the biggest issue, right? And I question what the future now holds as we get into end of Season 2. Season 1 brought in a new outlaw. How do we pronounce her name, Scott? Samhain? Something, I believe.
I've heard it said as Samhain.
Okay, so a new outlaw is out there, right? But for everybody who tailed off, it's hard to then pull them back in. There's very little marketing, if any at all. How are you going to get people ready for Season 3? So watching the Q&A, right? I'm now curious, what's the future look like for Hood, Outlaws, and Legends? We watched the Q&A, you watched the Q&A, and what did you take away from that Q&A, Scott?
Well, it wasn't exactly bustling with excitement. It had a little bit of a damper on the feeling in general, and it's really unfortunate because you specifically, you thought maybe this is where we're going to get some answers, we're going to have some a new spark has kind of relit, here's our plan, our roadmap, but there really wasn't much spoken of at all in terms of roadmap.
No, exactly. What they touched on, though, was getting questions from the Discord. Dude, I went to the website. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to jump into the Discord. I can't find the Discord. Dude, the Discord's not even on their website. I'm like, how are you going to build a community when people can't even find you? That's one of the other things, right? No marketing behind the game. No way to join the community because you don't know how to find them, which is just bizarre to me. And it's so disappointing. We played this game as a team. We all jumped on. We all had a great time. We would play this for a while. Man, I was really loving the concept of this game and hoping for the future. But when it came out so dry and bare bones, going into this Q&A, I'm like, okay, here we go. We're gonna get some answers. We're gonna find out what's happening. What's the future look like for Hood, Outlaws, and Legends, Scott? And like you said, dude, it looks dire. Because when the questions came up, what's the future plans? What are we gonna get for new Outlaws? Well, it all depends on Season 3. It all depends on season 3. We'll have to see how season 3 goes. I'm like, this is not sounding very good, right? There's a lot of red flags, dude. Just boop, 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 red flags popping up everywhere on this game.
Well, season 3 might be able to save it, but they're not really hyping season 3 in a very substantial way at all. It could have been even just battle pass kind of being added to the game, which I'm sure there's some form of battle pass.
There is a battle pass.
I had to guess.
Yes, there
but
is.
It's just, we've seen that work out in 2 different ways. You know, you could get kind of the lackluster Halo battle pass where you get some cat ears or something awful, or you have something like Siege where you have the battle pass that drops a lot of different cosmetics, but it's not just color swaps. So then you at least get to play with the characters that you do have. But like Siege, I think that only works if you have 50 operators. How many operators are there now?
Well, man, we're well over 50, right? Like, that's the thing. Their goal for Siege is to be at 100 operators before they're done.
That's insane.
That is insane, right? But the biggest problem is Hood dropped with four Outlaws. That's it. And like, okay, so we were listening to Q&A. Dude, they had 9 design concepts for their Outlaws. They should have launched with at least 8. Dude, 8 should have been at the table on day 1. They keep going, okay, cool. I've done Robin. I'm done with Robin. I'm done with Little John. I want to move into somebody else. You can't, right? Like, you really couldn't do much. They didn't have crossplay. Or they had crossplay, but the community was so small.
You couldn't.
You had to. Here's the problem, right? If you play as Robin, you're almost like holding a gun in a sense because it's a bow and arrow. So if you fight on console, if you're playing on console and you're fighting somebody on PC, who do you think is going to win? 9 times out of 10, the PC guy is going to take you out, right? The PC player, it has the quicker ability, maneuverability to get ahead of you. I turned off crossplay. Dude, I could not find a match whatsoever to get into. Had to turn it back on. Had to play with PC. I don't want to play with PC. Season 3 is going to bring over crossplay invite so I can finally play with my brother who's on PlayStation. I'm on Xbox. We can finally play together. They had crossplay at launch, Scott, but you couldn't invite anybody on the other consoles to get in. Like crap. Like I'm.
Well, it sounds like the pool might have been small enough that you might have actually bumped into them. But I don't know how I don't know who come up with the decision to put crossplay in but not invite. That almost defeats the purpose for me. Unless I can choose, I'm part of the console war and I want to shoot specifically PlayStation players, but that's just silly. Why?
Yeah. No Man's Sky was able to turn things around, right? I think this is where I have a little bit of hope left within me. Can they turn this game around? Can they bring the hype back to this? We talked about Siege, right? Siege drops every new season with another operator. Dude, they drop another battle pass, it comes with another operator. Why are we going into season 2, season 3 without another outlaw is mind-blowing. If we get season 3, dude, without another outlaw and you just get a battle pass, that makes no sense at all to be able to keep the longevity of this game alive. Nobody's getting hyped just to get new colors. A lot of the battle pass has a couple different cosmetic turnarounds for your characters, for your outlaws, and then so you'll get like a different jacket, say, right? And then you'll get 3 colors of that jacket. It's just like, no. Putting a different color on it doesn't make me excited to stick around to get into that game at all. Dude, the core concept is there, but we need to have at this point, dude, we need 10 outlaws. Like, you need that variation in there to go, how do you counterbalance that? They're talking about, here's the thing too, Scott, they're talking about competitive play within this, which got me really excited, right? They're talking about the replay system. They're talking about how we can be able to kind of cast this. You can bring this game to an esports level. I don't have a doubt in my mind that is possible. I do have a doubt in my mind that it's going to actually happen because of the community is not there. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's really such a shame because that game had a great premise. It still does, and there's possibility, but it just has not hit the mark at all.
Unfortunately,
a swing and a miss.
Unfortunately, it does look like Hood Outlaws and Legends is a swing and a miss. As much as I love this game, it doesn't sound like it's going to survive. Let us know at InsideTheGame.ca. Are you playing this one?